Julius Randle was not happy about a controversial travel call at the end of Monday's Knicks-Nets game that ended with a Brooklyn win, and a lot of Knicks fans were not happy either. I'm Robin Lundberg here with a big Knicks fan and Ashley Nicole Moss. And Ashley, let me first just say I love the energy around New York basketball right now. To me, the Nets being the clear title favorites and the Knicks exceeding expectations. But I bet you have something to get off your chest, so the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm upset. Julius Randle's upset. I'm upset too. That was atrocious. And look, there's no way to determine whether or not the Knicks still would have been able to pull out the win. But you don't make a call like that, especially as a ref in the NBA where it happens right in front of you. That is basketball 101. It is in the rule book. Kyrie Irving made contact with that basketball, which means you either give Julius Randle another dribble or it's a jump ball. There's no need to have to fake the foul. There's no need to have to put on an acting show, an Oscar-winning performance. It happened right in front of you. You expect the referee to make the right call, especially when the game comes down to that, especially when they've already missed numerous calls that Kyrie Irving got throughout the game. They missed a bunch on Knicks players. RJ Barrett got missed calls. He was getting called for fouls that Kyrie Irving wasn't get called for. It just inconsistencies in the officiating, and that is what is the most frustrating part, not only as a Knicks fan, but as a basketball fan. It's just the unbalance in officiating, and it just can't happen. It just can't happen.
You know, I don't mind the point about the officiating in general. I don't think that was necessarily the wrong call, though. I mean, that was a travel. You have to lose the ball. It wasn't a shot attempt. I could see the argument that he might have lost the ball, but he had both hands on it. You can't just then come back down and put it on the floor.
It wasn't a travel, though. Here's the thing. I think Julius Randle is thinking like me and most basketball fans. You kind of act on that foul a little bit. You sell it a little bit more when maybe the ref is down the court or you're on the opposite side of the court and he can't get a clear look at what exactly is happening. I don't think Julius Randle, in the deepest depths of his mind, thought for 1 second he had to put on an Oscar-winning performance for something that occurred right in front of a referee. And that thing, for me, that is the biggest problem. Yes, the Knicks didn't help themselves. They got into a shootout with a team that has a lot of shooters. Their defense was shaky. They gave up way too many points in the first quarter, 35 points. You can't do that against the Brooklyn Nets. They have shooters, you don't. But you still expect the refs to do their job and to do it correctly. And that is the most frustrating point and part at the end of the day.
Well, you know, I get the emotion and the frustration, right? I mean, they fought to get back in the game, and it's sort of a microcosm of the Knicks season, exceeding expectations, playing hard and playing with effort. I get all that. But, you know, it seems like it's being treated like it was the Knicks championship or something. You know, we know that these teams, eventually you would hope that the Knicks are playing for something in the playoffs. We know what the Nets will be playing for. So one thing I don't get is some of the reaction afterwards, like the Knicks run New York and all that. It comes off a little insecure to me, because shouldn't you be celebrating the fact that you actually have a good product and a good team for the first time in who knows how long?
We have to go ahead and say we run New York because every chance anybody gets, they go ahead and remind us that the Nets are the better team in New York and that because of that, they automatically run the city. And that is not true. The Knicks are New York City. Yes, Brooklyn is there and Brooklyn is there in a big way. But New York will forever belong to the Knicks. And that's not insecurity. That's just holding down our territory and trying to fight for the respect that even though we're exceeding expectations, Knicks fans feel like they're just not getting. And it's true. They're not getting it. They still are like the stepbrother of New York City when they've been there first. It's just Knicks fans are just not having it. They're just not having it. And I'm upset. We're upset. We're all upset. We want our respect. Put some respect on our name.
Well, I have given the Knicks respect this year, but the Nets run the world right now. You know, it's always this conversation about how relevant they are. They're the most relevant team in the NBA. They second most in merchandise sales behind the Lakers. 3 of the top 10 jersey sales. The TV ratings are up. The national TV games, I think they had 20 in the second half of the season. The only reason the Knicks were on national TV last night is because they were playing the Nets.
Yes, but the Nets may run the NBA, but the Knicks still run New York. And at the end of the day, that's all New Yorkers care about. That's all Knicks fans care about. So if the Nets want to go ahead and have the NBA, our time will come. The Knicks' time will come. We will be NBA champions one day. It's not today. It's not happening anytime soon. But New York will forever belong to the New York Knicks. So go ahead and make sure everybody knows that.
Well, we'll see who's running what this summer.